Kerry Cassidy from Project Camelot, and the date is, we can never get the date right, what's the date?
The 26th?
The 26th of July, 2009. We're at the Exopolitics Summit in Barcelona, Spain, and it's our huge privilege, personally, I must say, I want to ask Kerry in a moment to add to my introduction here. We're going to introduce to you Alfred Webre, who's never appeared on camera with us before. Alfred, it's a privilege to be talking to you.
Thank you.
You've been an admirer of yours for many years.
Oh.
Bob Dean, who has become a very close personal friend over the last couple of years, and who blames us entirely for his newfound popularity among all the young ladies in the world who are following you.
Shame on you. Yeah.
It's not that.
It's either you or Sean Connery, and he's just not available anymore.
Right, absolutely.
And all kidding notwithstanding, we want to introduce somebody who we have presented to the world over the last 3 years, somebody who we also know and love dearly. He's become a personal friend for even longer than Bob has, and we called him Henry Deacon, which seemed like a good idea at the time. And I can't even start to call him his real name because I can't even remember it, because for me he's forever Henry. And Henry, it is entirely up to you whether you want to reveal your name again.
I'll just say my name's Arthur.
His name's Arthur.
Hi.
Okay. Do you want to be, and this is a serious question,
Yeah.
do you want to be known as Arthur or Arthur?
Yeah, just Arthur.
Arthur.
Thank you. I'm tired of the Henry thing.
You're tired of it? Okay. Henry is dead, long live Arthur. So,
In Camelot.
and Camelot, exactly.
That's right.
It's got something to do with the king.
See, he stole your name. There you
Yeah.
go, in this life.
So I'm taking up valuable time here because we're under some limited time, because Bob's in demand, as I just said, and he's got to rush off to his next appointment. And one of the reasons why this is an important conversation is because yesterday afternoon at the Exopolitics Summit, when Bob Dean was giving what I have put on our website and described as the most magnificent presentation at any UFO conference that I have ever heard, and I'll say this again on record, it's fabulous, and there's a link to that here. He was affirming the reality of bases on the Moon and Mars, and showing us photographs that have never been shown before, at least as far as I'm aware. And it's extremely important testimony, and in a minute Bob will tell people, I'm quite sure, how he feels that now he is under orders from someone, somewhere, to speak out like he hasn't spoken out before, and we salute you for that. This is a very brave thing that you're doing. It's incredibly important. And one of the things that links the three witnesses that we have here, that we can call you witnesses, is something that we could dub the Martian connection. And with that, I'm going to hand over to Kerry, because I'm talking too much already. Kerry.
Okay, well, just hold on 1 second.
Just something really simple before it slips my mind. I was just sitting in the audience during the conference, and Herman was next to me, and something popped on the news that was on C-SPAN that I sent you, and I just wanted to remind about that. Was one of the astronauts was talking about this too.
Buzz Aldrin was talking about having a
monolith on one of the moons
monolith
of Mars,
on the moon.
and that just popped up in the last couple of 3 days.
On the moon.
No,
on Phobos.
On Phobos.
On the moon of Mars.
Yes,
Right, okay.
Anyway.
And you knew that, right?
Well, no, I wasn't aware of that. No.
You weren't?
I didn't.
No. But you told us about a monolith at one point.
Yes, I have.
Do you recall that?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was a different monolith. They're all over the place.
Yeah.
There you go.
I was hoping that you'd have a chance to see Arthur Clarke several years ago.
Oh, we wish.
That just didn't work.
It didn't work out.
Actually, it's interesting you mention him, because we just talked to another whistleblower this morning, and he knew Arthur Clarke also. So the two of you have something else in common. Okay, so here we are. I'm Kerry Cassidy. This is Bill Ryan. We're Project Camelot, for those of you that don't know. And this is going to be just an open conversation. And what we want to do is talk about the future, because what this really is what we call a future talk. It is a conversation. That means Bill and I are going to do something really annoying. We're going to talk from time to time, more than normal. And but we really want to hear from you guys. And what we'd like to talk about is your visions of what's coming in the future, in the fairly near future, ideally, but you can go as far out as you like. And why don't we start with Alfred Webre?
Oh, thank you. Well, I I see the future as being shaped by two fundamental forces, perhaps three. One, a series of cosmic cycles which are synchronistically happening at the same time during solar cycle 24, which is 2009 to 2020, with the solar maximum being around 2013, 2012 to 2015. The time acceleration matrix, which is an adaptation of the Mayan calendar, so that as we move into 2011, the black hole at the center of the galaxy, which really mediates a lot of our thoughts, will be slipping over into universal consciousness, non-dualism. And finally, what some people call galactic genetic engineering, and that is the power of the black hole at the center of the galaxy really to begin to activate our DNA, 97% of which I understand is not active now. It's kind of, they call it junk.
They call it junk, but it isn't junk.
Right, exactly. So these are all sort of raising the capacity of not only the human beings, but of all living things to a new frequency, a new understanding, a new kind of social contract, if you want to put it that way.
Yeah, and I think, Arthur, you could maybe talk to that because you might have a different. I don't know if you call yourself a physicist officially.
No.
But you certainly have some expertise in that area.
Well, I don't have expertise, but in some of what he just said. But you took some of the words out of my mouth, so you already said what I was going to, what I would have said about all these. Well, as David Wilcock's talking, he's making a movie called Convergence, and this is what's happening. It's all these various things are all just converging. I was looking at a little child yesterday, a little girl, and seeing her eyes, and I could see the difference, of those generations. You can see it even in someone maybe 20 years old, that they're already very advanced, consciously advanced.
Arthur, when we met you for the first time, which is almost 3 years ago, I remember very, very clearly that this is one of the first things that you told us. You said the big issue right now is that everything is happening at once,
yes,
or just about to.
Yeah.
Can you delineate, can you list what are those factors that are happening at once?
Well,
just so people know what we're
there
talking
are
about.
physical factors already just mentioned. The cyclic factors, very long cycles and short cycles, the effect of the star, the sun here, the changes in the spectral changes of the sun, and things that I guess can't be measured. I don't know. For me, it's an intuitive type of feeling, and not a scientific thing. I'm not sure.
But there are things that you have been briefed on.
Well, you've always talked about the environment. You've talked about what was planned in terms of viruses that were planted around the world, sort of like time bombs almost.
Well,
and you also talked about a rollout that would affect our economy, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, these are different from the changes. I mentioned novelty theory, which Terence McKenna, who's deceased now, who lived in the Big Island of Hawaii, I believe. He talked about, he had a calculation for it, and that mathematical equation can be found on the internet, I guess, and you can see that it comes down to zero